And good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Dr. James Ong. I'm the host of Prive International's live stream. And every week we get to, put together stories from around the world. And usually what I do is I look out for stories that I haven't really covered before. And I think today we have such stories, all right, two of them. One is from Florida, and the other one is from a tiny little island in British Columbia in Canada. All right, so I'm going to first of all introduce the first one from Florida, and her name is Lynn Thompson. So can we please welcome Lynn? How are you, Lynn?
Hello, how are you today?
Oh, feeling great. And, Lynn, I discovered you when I was scouting around looking at the different groups on Facebook created by our leaders, distributors. And I saw your story that you posted, and there were a lot of comments, right? I mean, wow, maybe I'll just briefly, introduce to our viewers before you tell me how many comments you have. What I saw was something that you posted about your husband's kidney condition. It's a stage 3 kidney disease. And the numbers, let me just educate our viewers in case you don't know. We're looking at the what we call the EGFR, right? That is the estimated glomerular filtration rate, okay? So we were looking at those numbers, and if you are 60 and below, that's where you really need to check out. Am I right? So in the case of your husband, maybe if you will allow me, I will share the medical report that you have sent to me, and then you can explain, all right?
Okay, by all means.
Yeah. So the first one here, as you can see, is way in 2021. I guess the number we are looking at is 44.4. So that is below 60. So I guess that prompted you and your husband that, perhaps you should look into the kidney situation. Am I right? Tell us about it.
Yes, exactly. We discovered he had renal disease back in 2013. And
wow.
we have been doctoring with a nephrologist at that time. And we did a diet change. He monitored his medication. He was on high blood pressure medicine at the time. And we just watched his numbers fluctuate. And then he leveled out, and the doctor was pleased. So we went from seeing him every 3 months to yearly. Then you see the numbers for September of 21, it was in the 40s.
Yes,
and he was, the doctor was, you got renal disease, you got stage 3 kidney, but where you've leveled off and you're maintaining, and he was happy with that. Well, then a year later, you can see his numbers went down to 33. And it was subtle. I mean, we didn't, until the blood tests, we didn't realize that there was a change. And of course, that was the year that was rough on everyone. You had, a pandemic going on and things. So we're not quite sure why his numbers went down. Neither is the nephrologist. But he was very, very concerned. And we had already changed the diet, and he felt that maybe the blood pressure medicine, which was protecting the kidneys, all of a sudden didn't protect the kidneys, and his numbers were in the 30s. And his was, well, we'll just try to maintain, but you're very close to stage 4. And when you get to stage 4, you're talking dialysis. Well, I was not going to let that happen. So I just started doing research, which you absolutely have to do. And at the time, we did not have the one. So we changed the diet. I added some herbal tea, and I worked with essential oils, and it brought his numbers up a little bit. And I said, okay, but I thought that maybe we could do a little bit better. Didn't know the answer, but I thought maybe we could do a little bit better. I was fortunate enough in our path into self-care and more holistic medicine to be treated by a Dr. Chartrand out of Arizona. And he had helped me in other ways. I have a bad knee and he was helping me with that. And I knew we had become great friends, and he's kind of a mentor to me. He's since retired, but so I knew he had issues with kidney. So I contacted him and he put me in touch with the wand. And that was the thing that was needed, the tool that was needed to get my husband's kidney better. And it is. And you can see in the paperwork I sent you, as of the end of March, his numbers are up to 48. He's doing fantastic.
Pretty amazing.
With the help of the wand.
Pretty amazing. I mean, how many months was that? Can you recall when you received the wand, and when did you start, blowing on your husband's kidneys, right? You blew at all the points and everything. Yep.
We do that. He does that religiously. We started mid-November of 2022. So it's not been that long.
Yeah.
And now at the end of March, his numbers. Now he doesn't have to go see the nephrologist until July. So we're hoping to get even better numbers. And when we went to the nephrologist halfway, I think we went in February, they had told us that his numbers were what they were, and it wasn't going to get any better, that it was just going to be maintenance until he had to go into dialysis. So when we went and his numbers were up, I know, and when his numbers were up into at that time they were, and that's the report I didn't have access to, but they went from the 33 to the 36.5. And he was surprised, but he didn't ask any questions how we got there. I was a little disappointed in that. So it made me more determined. And my husband too. I mean, he wands. He does about 4 nights a week. He likes the nights. I like the morning to one. Okay. And he goes in, he wands for about 20 minutes all over, touches all the points. And then he takes an additional 10 to 15 minutes just to do his kidney area and that the area down around, his bladder. And he does that for about 15 minutes, drinks the water religiously. And
so that's wanded water. That's wanded water, right?
Wanded water. We drink it all day, not just when we wand.
I'm a real firm believer that the wanded water really helps, because you know why? We are 70% water. So our cells are hydrated with water. And I've always maintained, and even in the Zoom seminar that I gave, I believe that the wanded water is the real thing, really. Anyway.
I'm sorry, I believe that too. I was not a water drinker. When I started wanding, the hardest thing for me was to drink the water, because it was like, ugh. But now that's all I drink. We keep a pitcher on the counter, and all day long we drink the wanded water, and we feel so much better by doing that.
Wow. I mean, just listening to your story, Lynn. I mean, from 33
fantastic
to move in the right direction to 48 where it is today. And I'm sure in the coming months, when your husband sees the doctor, hopefully he will shoot past 60, all right? And that will be amazing. I'll probably have to bring you back on again,
Yes.
That was to happen.
Our goal for July is over 60. Even at 60, that is our goal. And we are going to reach that. And I will let you know when we reach that.
I know. Lynn, how many comments did you get in the group chat? Wow.
I was amazed. I was astounded, actually, because I just put it on a simple little paragraph, but I just wanted to share it. And now I think the last time I looked, we were close to 1,500
Wow.
comments. That's not counting the people that personal message me. Every day I get personal messages. How do you do it? How can we do this?
I know.
And,
Lynn, I think it's probably because in the society that we are right now, a lot of people are taking a lot of pills,
yeah,
and that affects it, So you have been tremendous. I mean, you responded to almost all of them. I think you just wanted to give back and help people who otherwise, just like in the case of your husband, it's like, sorry, but you probably have to go into dialysis. That kind of thing is like so depressing, and wow, your story is just amazing.
We are not going to be tied to a machine, but I also have to tell you.
Let's fight this, all right? Let's make it, let's fight this. And I look forward to.
I also have to tell you that my husband is now off completely of high blood pressure medicine, because the medicine they put him on I read the side effects, and it caused kidney damage. I said, why are they putting you on something that could cause kidney damage? And that made me a little frustrated and angry. So that's when I decided, and between, the herbal teas and the essential oils, but
natural remedies. Natural remedies.
Yes. He's now completely off. He takes his blood pressure every day, and it is like normal or below. And then when he wants, he just started doing this. He takes his blood pressure before he wants, and he marks it down. And after he wants, he waits a few minutes and takes his blood pressure again, and it's even lower. Wow. So yes. So now this is our experience, and I hope other people have the same experience, but it's different for everyone. But I just wanted to share that there is hope.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And tell us a little bit about yourself too. You have some miracle happening to you.
Oh my Lord. I mean, where do we start? It's like I started to get the crooked finger, that they advertise on TV. You have surgery, or you have to have medicine and all that. And I started with wanding and essential oils. I wand, and then after I wand, I rub in my essential oils that work for me, and the wand. And look, can I show? My hand is straight.
Yeah, wow.
My hand is straight.
Yep.
This finger was the crooked
pretty
one,
straight to me.
and it would be like that.
I know.
And now look. I mean, it's like, it's just amazing. I do my knee. I was a candidate for knee replacement surgery. Wow. And again, I had already had my left knee replaced, and it was a good year out of my life with pain, getting it better after the surgery. And I just refused to give up another year of my life to pain. And so I decided I won my knee. It's so much better. But it's a work in progress. I'm not quite there all the way, but I won, and I can feel it getting stronger. I can feel just the difference. I can get out of a car and stand straight up and walk. I don't have to, get that knee working, and, and we do that. And there's just so much. My joints are feeling better because I have arthritis. And my L5, last summer at this time, I was doctoring with my L5 disc, and with a chiropractor 3 times a week, had to go, and it would get better for the day in between when I went, and then the pain would be back. And I started wanding that, no pain. I can sleep all night, no pain.
And it never came back.
It never. If I feel a little pinch starting,
I get blowing.
That wand out, and I start wanding, and it goes away. And I am just so thrilled with. I'm 73 years old. My husband's 75, and we feel great. And I attribute it to the wand.
Yeah. Well,
I
every
think-
home should have one.
Exactly, or two, so you
Two.
can one together.
So the husband and wife, don't have to fight for it. Anyway, thank you so much, Lynn, for sharing your
You're
story.
welcome. You're
On behalf of
welcome.
Private Management, we really appreciate and all the very best to you and your husband and your family. And
Thank you.
as I said, I would love to bring you back on again, but with your husband this time. All right. If the
Well,
numbers
he's a
go
little
beyond
camera shy.
16, we'll just put him on and you can do all the talking. All right. Thank you so much, Lynn.